Yo, what's good, degenerates? We elevated, and the 205-pound division is absolutely screwed right now, bro. Your boy got extra faded, and we got lost on Tapology. And I started looking at the light heavyweight landscape. I was just trying to think, like, hey, if freaking Carlos Ulberg, after my week of coping with Yuri, I'm like, hey, if Carlos Ulberg is gonna have to do an interim title fight because he's out for a year due to his knee, who are they gonna throw in there, dude? It's like, who are they gonna throw in there with him? And it's like, okay, it's like one, probably Paulo Costa, right? So I started looking at the freaking rankings, and it's just like, dude, we're looking at a barren wasteland, bro. It is crazy to me. So I like using Tapology. I think Tapology's rankings are the most accurate. And like, dude, I'm looking at a freaking barren wasteland right now at 205 pounds, bro. So let's just see. I'm gonna look through the rankings, and we're gonna see how many people are coming off of at least one win to be able to get thrown in there into a interim title shot or something like that. You feel me? So let's go down. So from starting at the number one guy, it's the champions Carlos Solberg. He's coming off of 6 wins. Dope. I'm glad he's the champion. Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, I guess he did knock out my boy Yuri. Ah! Yeah, it is what it is. Just, hey, he dropped the bag because he's a pendejo, and that's on Yuri. But all right. So, Magomed Ankalaev coming off of a loss. You know the UFC ain't going to give him a title shot. Yuri Prohaska, they might throw him in there because they feel bad. They're like, yo, dude, that wasn't let's go for that. You feel me? Like, oh, my God. But he's coming off of a loss. Khalil Roundtree coming off of a loss. Dominic Reyes got one win, but he's coming off of that crazy win with Johnny Walker where, dude, like, it was such a crazy intense fight that people don't talk about it ever. So let's not bring it up. He's coming off of one win. Paulo Costa, okay, coming off of 2 wins. Not bad. Oh, snap. My boy, freaking no time, dog. Volkan Ozdemir got one win. Not bad, all right? That's 3 people, but we're already out of the top 5. So nobody that's not Alex Pereira, but he moved up to heavyweight, bro. Nobody inside the top 5 got to win. Fucking crazy. But yeah, but they're all freaking juggling that title around. So, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. And then we go down lower. Bogdan Guskar coming off of a draw and then a win over Nikita Krylov. Like, real talk, they ain't going to give you a title shot. You look like Anthony Smith. He dropped the bag at 205. They ain't going to give you one. At least not yet, man. You probably need at least 1 or 2 more solid wins. Jan Blachowicz, oh my God, he hasn't had a win since fucking in 4 years? God, Lee, dude. He hasn't won since he knocked out Alexander Rakic. And Alexander Rakic hurt himself. He hurt his fucking knee and blew his knee out. So technically, oh my God, he hasn't had a real win since like 2020, dude. Good grief. And he's the number 10 guy, which is crazy. And then we got freaking Azamat Murzakanov coming off of a TKO loss. And dude, fuck, man. I thought he could have been the guy. But Paulo Costa said, not today. Secret juice. You feel me? Jamal Hill, 3 losses. Johnny Walker, that lost that crazy fucking blood and guts war with fucking Dominic Reyes. Said nobody. Nikita Krylov, 1 win over Modestas Bukauskas, and then freaking the Hanyak got 3 wins. But, I love Dustin Jacoby, but they ain't going to give him a title shot. So, there's nobody in the top fucking 5 with any wins at all inside the 205-pound division. But we got 2 guys in the bottom half at the number 14 and 15 got wins. That's 1, 2. And then we got number 8, number 7, and number 6. That's 5 people within the top 15 that are coming off of wins that ain't Alex Pereira because he's moving up. How crazy is that, dude? That's fucking nasty. Now, let's compare it to some of the women's divisions. And now, let me preface this by saying, is it the same level of competition? Absolutely not. But like, there's always been a time where like I feel like there's always been at least 2 to 3 guys that you could probably throw into a title fight in any division where you're just like, if you squint your eyes enough, you could be like, yeah, I could see them being in a title fight. You know what I mean? Just because either A, they have either the most wins in the division, they come off of a win where they just beat a number 1 contender, or they're just the outlier in the division where nobody wants to fight. You know what I'm saying? There's usually some guy some person within every fucking division where You know, they're either coming off of a good streak where you could be like, fuck it, they're coming off a couple wins, even though they're not to anybody notable, but if they're at least coming off of a couple wins, or somebody coming off of a nasty knockout, a badass performance, some shit. There's always somebody with some kind of shenanigans behind their name where you could be like, yeah, you could throw them into a title fight. And at 205, bro, there's only one person, and that's Borrachina, the Eraser, Paulo Costa, who's actually a fucking outlier to be like, okay, dude, if they throw him into an interim title fight, for sure, I could see that. But like, that's it, bro. Like, it's crazy. But now let's compare to the other divisions just to see like how many more people they got on hot streaks compared to light heavyweight. Okay, so if you're not the champion, so Juliana Pena coming off of a loss, Raquel Pennington coming off of a loss, Norma Dumont coming off a fat hot streak, the number 4, and then the number 6, Jocelyn Edwards got a 4-fight win streak. Number 7, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 6-fight win streak. Number 8, a 3-fight win streak. Number 9 coming off of 1 win. Number 10 coming off of 2 wins. Number 13 coming off of freaking 5 wins, and then number 15 coming off of 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 women within bantamweight at 135 pounds are coming off of wins where they could just look. Norma Dumont coming off of a fucking win streak, could throw her in there into a title shot on some shenanigans if they wanted to. Jocelyn Edwards coming off of a fucking fat win streak. You know what I mean? They could throw her in there on some shenanigans. Freaking Eileen Perez, shit, you know why they're gonna throw her in there, dog. You nasty dog. You know why they're going to throw her in there, but I digress. She got a win streak. Yana Santos, number 8. If they really wanted to, 3-fight win streak, throw her in there. Let's move on to women's flyweight now. So, not the champion, right? Manuel Ferro, 1 win. Erin Blanchfield, 2 wins. Alexa Grasso, 1. Natalia Silva, 6. Jasmine Jasdavicius, 1. Freaking number 8, Kong Wang, 3. And then we got number 14 and 15, Casey O'Neill coming off of 1, and then freaking Dion Barboza coming off of 1 win. You feel me? So, dude, like, we could throw people in here on some shenanigans. Dude, Casey O'Neill coming off of a badass knockout. You could throw her in there on some shenanigans. Dion Barboza coming off of a fucking majority decision, so you probably couldn't throw her in there. But Kong Wang, you could throw her in there with her because they had that crazy Muay Thai fight where Kong Wang fucked up Valentina on the regional scene. Storyline, dude. Jasmine Jasdavicius, they probably wouldn't throw her in there because she got completely fucking housed by Manuel Ferro. So they probably wouldn't throw her in there. She would probably need 1 or 2 more fights. But I digress. Natalia Silva, 6-fight win streak. They'd throw her in there. Alexa Grasso, they would throw her in there just because she got to win and just do the trilogy fight on some shenanigans. They would throw her in there. Erin Blanchfield, they would throw her in there, and then Manuel Ferro, they probably wouldn't throw her in there, but you at least got 3-4 women at 125 pounds that they could throw in there on some shenanigans for a title fight, dude. And then at strawweight, dude, it's probably a little bit closer to a light heavyweight where they don't have that many contenders. But okay, so let's go. It starts off at number 4. They got 1 win. Tatiana Suarez got 2 wins. Jillian Robertson, you're riding 5-fight win streak. Denise Gomes, you're riding a 4-fight win streak. And then all the way at the bottom, you got Fatima Klein that's riding a 3-fight win streak. So this division for sure is a lot more shallow, but they at least still got a couple more contenders that could throw in there on some shenanigans. Like Jillian Roberts, they could throw her in there. Tatiana Suarez, they could throw her in there on some shenanigans. And then this Denise Gomes, they could throw her in there because she's riding a hot streak. Where it's at light heavyweight, they're doomed, and they're probably going to have to wait for Hamzat Chimaev to freaking house Sean Strickland so he can move up to 205. But then either way, if he gets the belt, dude, is he going to run the table on the division? Probably not, dude. But I just think 205 is it's at the worst state that it's been at in a long ass time. I'm surprised that some middleweights, hold up a second. They could throw in Bobby Knuckles. Maybe they could throw in Bobby Knuckles on some shenanigans into a title fight, into an interim title fight. I don't know, dude. But right now, fucking 205 is a fucking desert wasteland, and I don't know what they're gonna do about it. But yo, let me know what y'all think. Did you think that was interesting? Did y'all know that fucking 205 is an absolute fucking wasteland and there ain't nobody fucking beating down the drum for a title shot? Or do you think that there's somebody in here that you could be like, Max, fuck it, they could throw him in there? Because, dude, real talk, I don't think they could throw anybody in there right now that's not named Paulo Costa. You feel me, guy? Yo, like, share, and subscribe. Like always, stay elevated. You already know what it is. We dropping picks this week, so stay tuned for that. We making more videos. We chugging along. We growing this channel. Like, share, and subscribe. And always, I mean always, stay elevated, dog.